somebody who deserves another term?
I don't know. I told you I'd get back to you. I guess I got to get back to you. I'm thinking about it seriously, Paz. I love the job. I think we've had extraordinary progress compared to where we were, say, 10 years ago. I think Susan and I are a pretty good team. So if you had asked me a year ago, I would have said, no, I think the state's on a good trajectory. We've stabilized things. We're growing again. It's time to pass the mantle. But it's also an incredibly complicated time right now. Starting with all the uncertainty of Washington, the increased possibility of a recession. So maybe it's a time where experience makes a difference. That's not a yes or a no, though. That's a way of saying I'm thinking about it seriously. I'm thinking about it with Susan. I'm thinking about it with Andy Lamont.
When are you going to tell us? In other words, you have told us in the past that you would tell us at the end of the session. Today is the end.
The end of the session goes for a couple of months. So we're all after the session.
What is your time frame? That's what
I don't have a time frame. It's when I firmly make up my mind. I'm not going to play games. I'm not hiding behind this thing. I've told you I'm a lot more inclined and interested in keeping going, to keep this positive momentum going than I was, say, 6 months or a year ago. That said, I still have some conversations to make. I put everything on hold during this last 4 or 5 months. We had a pretty tricky budget session to get through.
Does the Trump situation make you want to run more or less? By that I mean, some people
more.
say that the Trump chaos.
More. I've been through it before. I worked with him for the first 2 years. I know some of the players down there. That makes a big difference. You've got to navigate through incredible uncertainty, since every week there's another changing incoming coming on. It just makes me feel like this may be a good place for me to be.
In the New York debate last night, former Governor Cuomo mentioned Trump a number of times, and how he's the only one who can take on Trump, and made that pretty much a pinnacle of his and why he should be elected. Is that your tactic, or do you think that governors need to be aware of that? But is that what your style would be?
I think Andrew and I have different styles. But look, I know what our principles are. I know what our values are. I know where I stand up. But I also don't go out of my way to pick a fight. And, I'm working with the White House on things like energy. But if you want to come to one of my schools and try and take a dreamer out of that classroom, I'll be standing there at the door. So I don't need to go out and pick a fight, but I think people know where I stand.
You talk about people might want to see experience on the ballot next year. There are half a dozen Democrats who, if you signaled something other than that you're going to run again, would jump into this race. Are you saying that you don't see anyone right now who has the right or requisite experience to be governor in this moment? And if so, why is the theory of your case that you have this experience?
Look, we got some extraordinary folks in the Democrats, and I work very closely with each and every one of them. I think it's executive experience, having sat in this chair for the last 6.5 years, having been through the Trump administration, having been through COVID, having worked closely with the leadership on both sides of the aisle, which is something that doesn't always happen in Washington. Getting tougher these days, but still working it. But again, these are things that all go through my mind, Mike.